Congratulations.
Congrats. Oh, you got paparazzi here. What's up? I get a hug too. I want a hug.
Hello, how are you?
Okay?
Yeah.
Good to see you.
What's up, guys? We are here at Dragon's Lair in Las Vegas, the gym of Flex Lewis, home of champions. So we are going to get in a back workout today, a little bit earlier than the past few days, 3:47. So we're going to crush this back workout, eat, take Mariah to go get some Shake Shack and treats, and get our cardio done for the end of the night. And that's pretty much it, because we are 10 days out of the Olympia. No time to waste. We're just crushing each and every single day to keep improving.
Your Apple Watch saying
626 calories today, but it's about to die soon. I didn't charge it last night. Forgot. I was so lazy last night when I went to go to bed. I took it off and I'm like, oh no, it's gonna die. But I didn't want to walk out to charge it in the kitchen, so I just pull downs on here. This is actually like a cool little handle attachment, and it moves around with you. So I really like that. I don't know what it's called, so I'm just gonna say a cool little handle attachment. Green thing. It was slipping, but I'm like, if you don't do this 15th rep, you're not gonna win. And I'm like, hold on. Why am I like this?
Are you superstitious?
I'm actually not. I just am like, I believe in jinxing myself, but it's like a way to motivate myself. So like, let's say I go to reach for like an extra bite of like something that's like on my plan, like an extra spoonful of rice, and like, if you eat that, you're not gonna win. And I'm like, great, I can't eat it, because imagine I didn't win, I'd be like, it's that scoop of rice, or I'm like, if you don't finish like this extra rep, you won't win. So I just kind of do it to motivate myself, but also like, I'm gonna jinx myself if I don't do it. So I wouldn't say superstitious, but I guess that's superstitious, I don't know.
Kind of like a ritual.
Yeah, I'm not like superstitious, like, you know, like black cats or bad luck, or like you have to like, what is it people do, like they lift their feet over train tracks, or they hold their breath on like tombstones. No, I don't care about that stuff.
How many days out now?
10 days out.
10?
10 days out.
How many more back workouts?
2 or 3.
How many more leg workouts?
Probably about the same. We're gonna do legs tomorrow. It'll be a little bit of quads, glutes, and then we'll probably do one on Monday. So probably about 2 or 3 more leg workouts. We'll see based on how I look. But because I'm already like stage lean right now, I'm already exactly where I was. My weight is stabilized again. I really didn't eat much post-show. I had a steak, and it was just literally like a steak, that's it. And then I had like 1 bite of Jamie's cake and like 1 potato fry thing. And I think I had like a couple bites of a butter tart that I had in the room. And then maybe like a bite of an ice cream sandwich. Like, it was like literal, like very minimal stuff. And I really didn't eat much extra food, so I didn't go up much in weight. My weight was up by like 2 pounds just from like traveling and sodium and stuff like that. And then now I'm already back down to where I was. So I have 10 days to improve from kind of where I was already being a couple days out of the show. So there's no reason to not improve and be better. My goal for improvements for the show, last show, you guys know I was on my period, so you hold a little bit of water in your period. My waist just wasn't as tight as what it usually is. And also me changing that front pose, I think highlighted the fact that my waist wasn't as tight as what it usually is. And in that front pose, it doesn't look as like sucked in. So I think me being a little bit leaner is gonna help just to really tie in that waistline in the new front pose that they want me doing, because I'm not twisting as much to the front. So that way you will see my waist looking just as small, because I'm gonna be a little bit leaner. So that's the goal going into it. we're just supersetting 2 exercises. So I usually like to superset sometimes something that's hitting, like that's a rear delt, but it's also hitting your back. I like to focus on face pulls for rear delts. So I like to add in some rear delt stuff on my back days, along with on my shoulder days. So I hit rear delts about 3 times a week, because I do back once a week, usually shoulders twice a week. Just kind of as like a touch up, something that's hitting both back and rear delts. Like face pulls is great to add, and I just like to superset it, one, to save time, and I just find I get a better pump with it, so that's why I do that.
Are these the workouts sort of like in the vlogs, or like this week, this is like your normal pretty much workouts like off season too? Or do you like push it harder usually in the off season?
So for me, because I'm not trying to gain any extra muscle, I don't really need to train like heavy or like crazy heavy. I'm not a power lifter, I'm not trying to gain muscle either. So I don't really need to train super heavy. And my strength obviously does go up in the off season, so I do train a little bit heavier, but nothing too crazy. I'm not doing any like crazy like deadlifts or anything like crazy like bent over rows really heavy. Everything is still tailored to the physique that I want to create, and maintaining the muscle mass that I have, maintaining the shape that I have, and just for details pretty much is what my training is catered to. So when I first started, I was just training to go as heavy as I could. Probably not the best idea because you want to make sure you focus on form as well. But when I first got into the gym, I kind of just would try and do progressive overload. I was always trying to lift heavier. I would try to squat and deadlift as much as I could. But through doing that, I built a really good foundation of muscle and a lot of dense muscle, which kind of helped me out later on. And then I got more into focusing on time under tension, tempo, form, and these kinds of things that are just as important as the weight that you're lifting. So make sure you're doing progressive overload in some way, type of form, whether it's increasing the weight each week, you know, different time under tension, increasing the time under tension, slower negatives, adding in holds, pauses, forced reps, have a partner help you out, drop sets, things like this, you know, increased reps, increased sets. Things like that are different ways to do progressive overload, not just increasing the weight that you're doing, because obviously once you reach a certain weight, your body can only handle so much. For something like shoulders, that's a joint and a smaller muscle. As a female, if you have a small structure, I can't even ever get up to, you know, 50-pound lateral raise. It's just not possible for my frame, and I'll just injure myself. So there is like a limiting factor to how heavy you can progressively overload with. So once you do reach that, there's different ways to progressively overload with. That's all. Actually, I'm gonna heat up my food super quick in the microwave.
What's your meal?
Some lovely ground chicken breast and rice and salt. You know, the usual. The JENDORIE special.
This is such a mini microwave.
I know.
It's so little.
It's perfect.
Oh shit. There's been some accidents.
I don't want the gym smelling like fish. I don't blame them.
Jen, are you doing all these things or what?
I didn't, but I mean where I am.
Hustle, 100%.
Check. Focus.
Check. Persistence?
Check.
Check. We don't even need to do the rest because we already know. We already know. Vegas.
I love Vegas because there's just so much to do, there's so much to see, there's like all these amazing buildings, like the architecture of the buildings is cool, there's so many bright lights, there's so many billboards, like even look around here, there's so much to see and do, and it's just so visually appealing, especially in the nighttime when all the lights are on, and like downtown Vegas is so cool. And there's like old downtown Vegas, like Fremont Street, and like old Vegas that you see in like the casino movies, and then there's also like the modern new Vegas with like, you know, the Cosmopolitan, the Aria, all of those kind of things. And it's just so, the hotels downtown are just so like exquisite and like rich and fancy looking, so it's fun.
Do you think the Olympia will be at Vegas next year?
I think they might be moving it back. I've heard talk about that, so we'll see. That'd be nice just because I don't have to travel, and it just saves a lot of time and stress and getting acclimated to a different climate, a different time zone. So if it's back in Vegas, that would be cool. I mean, it's hometown, so.
What's your favorite hotel in Vegas?
I love the Cosmopolitan because I've stayed there a couple times. It's pretty cool. The Wynn is really cool too. Mark loves the Wynn, that's his favorite. I've heard that Resorts World is really cool. I haven't been there yet. And they have, that one just opened, so I still have a lot of hotels I haven't stayed at here because I haven't really done like too much Vegas downtown strip stuff. So surprisingly.
What's the gym culture like here in the bodybuilding culture?
Oh my gosh, incredible. You guys have seen, there's dragons there, here, there's a ton of gyms, a lot of bodybuilders here, and it's just a really big bodybuilding fitness community here. We have a lot of champs who live here, and just like a really great community of bodybuilders here. The only thing that I dislike about Vegas is driving downtown on the Strip because it's just madness. It's so much traffic and crazy drivers and like crazy taxi and Uber drivers, and if you don't know where you're going, it's confusing. Like me right now.
So this is my meal, and this is Jen's meal.
It's gone.
She's staying on track. What are you most excited to eat post-show?
I'm most excited to bring an absolute crazy package to Olympia first, more than food. So that's my current focus and goal. I'm not concerned about food right now because at this point I'm so close and there's improvements that I want to make, and it's just going to be worth the wait. So carrot cake for sure, because it's going to be my birthday cake to myself, because my birthday's on Thursday next week. So I won't be celebrating until post-show Saturday, Sunday, and then I'll have some carrot cake. But until then, I really don't care food. I enjoy the food that I eat, and it's worth the sacrifice for that feeling on stage. And if I can get a win at the Olympia, it'll be worth not eating Shake Shack today. So.